Southampton's teenage star, Tyler Dibling, has quickly become one of the most talked about talents in the Premier League this season. A player with great potential, Dibling has reportedly caught the eye of Manchester United, with the club's sporting director Dan Ashworth being especially interested in bringing him to Old Trafford. Despite this, Southampton is urgently trying to ward off suitors by attempting to secure the winger to a new long-term contract. But is Tyler Dibling really worth the hype? In this video we'll be diving into his story, how good he is, and explore the prospect of him making the move to Manchester. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell for more football content. Born in Exeter in 2006, Tyler Dibling began his football journey at local club Axminster Town, where his dad played for the men's team. At 5 years old, he moved to Millway Rise for 2 years. It was during this spell that Southampton noticed his talents. Despite this, he spent a year with Exeter City in his hometown, before permanently joining the Saints in 2014, spending 8 years at the prestigious academy that produced stars like Gareth Bale and Theo Walcott. Dibling first gained widespread attention in April 2022 when he scored a hat-trick of nearly identical goals in a Premier League 2 match against Newcastle United, causing the video to go viral. So much so that he was called up to the senior squad. Although he was named on the bench for a Premier League game against Brentford without getting on the pitch, he attracted interest from clubs like Newcastle United and Chelsea. In July 2022, he joined Chelsea after 10 years with Southampton, with the London club promising a professional contract once he turned 17. Unfortunately, the winger struggled to settle at Chelsea, making just 2 appearances for their under-18 team before returning to Southampton in September 2022. Fast forward 2 years later, both Dibling and Southampton are benefiting from his return. Now just 18, he has been fast-tracked into the first team as the Saints are back in the top flight after winning promotion via the playoffs at the end of the 2023/24 season. Looking at the youngster's ability, Dibling has already shown at the highest level that his style is all about taking on defenders and creating opportunities in the final third. The teenager has exceptional ball-carrying skills, combining impressive footwork with the power to sprint past his opponents, and he appears to have the finishing ability to match based on what we've seen so far. At just 18, Dibling still has room to grow, but he's already a physically strong challenge for defenders, and he will only continue to develop in the coming years. He's also versatile, being just as effective as a number 10, where he can deliver precise passes, as he is on the wing, where his trickiness shines. Additionally, he works hard off the ball. But what seems to have impressed his manager the most is his confidence and freedom on the pitch. After the match against Nottingham Forest, Russell Martin said, "Tyler was brilliant. He was our biggest attacking threat. He was on the pitch for 15 minutes and he's 18. We need a bit more of that mentality, that freedom to go and create, but he's a really special talent. We just have to take our time with him." After Dibling's goal in the draw against Ipswich, Martin expressed, "He can do things that not many other players I've ever seen can do. I love working with him. I love watching him play. I'd pay a lot of money to watch him play football, and fortunately, I'm the guy that gets to work with him and try to develop him." While Southampton has faced challenges in the early part of this Premier League season, Dibling has stood out as one of the few bright spots. His stats highlight his contributions. He leads the team in appearances, averages 1.5 dribbles per game, and has an impressive pass completion rate of 89.8%. Notably, he also recorded 2 assists in the League Cup match against Cardiff, demonstrating his potential as a playmaker. With his signature low socks and impressive dribbling skills, Dibling has drawn comparisons to Manchester City star Jack Grealish. But when he's in full flow, he resembles another low-socked talent, former Arsenal player Emile Smith-Rowe. The two share a remarkably similar energetic ball-carrying style, and their ball-striking and passing techniques are also alike, as seen in Dibling's memorable hat-trick against Newcastle's under-23s in 2022. While Smith-Rowe is right-footed and tends to cut in from the left, Dibling, being left-footed, cuts in from the right. While there are some similarities with Grealish, City's number 10 moves more languidly and has become less explosive since moving to the blue side of Manchester. At this early point in his career, Dibling doesn't show any glaring weaknesses in his game, but being just 18 years old, he is still a bit raw. Still, this can be seen as a good thing as he has a very high ceiling. He's also adjusting to the physical demands of the Premier League and the stamina needed to succeed. with Martin suggesting that he isn't quite ready to play a full 90 minutes yet. Additionally, when looking at his time at Chelsea, where he wanted to leave just 2 months in because he struggled to settle, there may be concerns about his mentality and whether he can handle the pressure if he moves to a top club again. It's important to remember that Dibling was still very young when he briefly left Southampton for Chelsea, and this should not count against him as he grows and develops in a club known for nurturing talented players. Russell Martin recently mentioned, "We have to enjoy him, but also have to be really firm with him and demanding because there's so much talent. And we also have to stick with him when he has a few sticky moments because it's never easy. It's never a straight line to being the best or maximizing your potential." We couldn't have said it any better. Ashworth's interest in Dibling is well known, as noted by Will Lancaster and Ben Jacobs. He has been tracking the 18-year-old since his time as sporting director at Newcastle United, and still believes Dibling has the potential to be a generational talent. With Manchester United aiming to bolster their crop of under-21 talents, Dibling's recent performances make him an ideal candidate. Dan Ashworth's interest in Dibling should not be underestimated. If he thinks the young player can succeed at Old Trafford, fans have good reason to be hopeful. Ashworth has a proven history of spotting young talent, having brought in players like Moises Caicedo, Evan Ferguson, and Kaoru Mitoma at Brighton. With this in mind, pursuing Dibling could be a strategic long-term investment. The winger's performance against Man United, where Southampton lost 3-0, likely heightened the Red Devils' interest. Despite playing only 63 minutes, he achieved an impressive 89% pass accuracy. Dibling was also active in attacking plays, attempting 2 dribbles, making 1 shot on target early in the match, and creating 1 chance. Additionally, he won a penalty that was saved by Andre Onana. He finished the game with a respectable 7.2 rating from SofaScore. The Englishman's ability to hold his own at a high level, even when his team is struggling, shows that he could thrive in a stronger squad with a more positive outlook. While United's interest seems the most solid, Dibling has several other potential suitors. Crystal Palace and the German club Stuttgart are also reportedly keeping an eye on him. But moving abroad might not be appealing to Dibling, especially this early in his career, despite the fact that this has been a growing trend among young English stars. Staying in the Premier League appears to be a more likely choice, and Southampton will hope that providing him with regular first-team opportunities will be enough to keep him at St Mary's. On the flip side, at United, there is stiff competition for spots in the attacking positions. With players like Amad Diallo, Alejandro Garnacho and Antony already competing for places, Dibling would face a tough challenge to secure consistent playing time. For now, the chance to play regularly in the Premier League at Southampton might be more advantageous for his growth. Remaining with the Saints, even if they face relegation, could give him valuable experience. At just 18, he would still be considered very young by next season. Southampton can offer him something that United likely can't: regular first-team action. For a player at his current stage of development, getting minutes on the pitch is crucial. On the flip side, the appeal of Manchester United is hard to ignore. It's a club with a worldwide reputation, and the chance to work with a first-rate development team could be a pivotal moment in Dibling's career. Still, there's a significant risk that he could become just another face in the crowd at Old Trafford, especially with the club's already deep roster. Despite Southampton's current difficulties, Dibling might be better off continuing his growth in a team where he can play a key role. There are also other promising young wingers coming up from the academy, like Samuel Lusal, Shea Lacey and Amir Ibrahimov, that could oust him of a first-team spot in the near future. With that being said, Dibling's first-team experience at Southampton shows that he is further along in his development than these players, further making him an interesting prospect for United. Whatever the case may be, Southampton has made it clear that they want to keep their young star, which will become even more challenging given their poor start to the season. Their determination to retain him will make this a fascinating transfer situation to follow. But what do you think? Should Man United go all out for Tyler Dibling in the next window, or should we focus on the young stars coming through the academy? Let us know your thoughts below, and be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell for more football content.